we're gonna have a run of Satori Komeiji's mental education. Please introduce yourself, runner and commentators.
Okay.
I'm Jackson, aka Zelda Fan 024.
And hi, good morning to all of you who are watching the Fangame Marathon. It's been a day. Following yesterday Toho Blooming Chaos 2, today I will play Satori Komeiji's mental education speedrun. I'm calling two commentators, Jackson and Pigeon. Please take care of them. Yes, let's start with 5 count. Yes, first stage, let's go. Yes, count is started. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Satori Komeiji's mental education is a puzzle Toho fan game where you control the superior sister Satori Komeiji and use her to guide her younger sister Koishi to the goal, which in this game is a big present filled with sweets. Koishi's AI is pretty simple in that she walks in a straight line and will only change direction if she either runs into a non-interactable object or is directed using an arrow sign that you can pick up and place down. As you saw, Satori got squashed by the arrow sign. If Koishi runs into Satori while she is holding something, that object will fall on Satori and leave you unable to move. If there is no way to get Koishi to the goal, you lose, so you need to make sure that if this happens, it's the last object needed for Koishi to make it to the end. You can speed up the game with the press of a button to decrease any downtime you may have. Right now, this is mostly used when all the pieces are in place, but as the stages get longer, it'll be used more. Koishi has 3 health points, and bumping into a wall causes her to lose 1. If she's down to her last health, she'll start limping. This tutorial shows that she will recover health if she eats cake, which will be utilized in the next stage. As there is no up or left arrow, the only way to get Koishi to go up or left is to make her bump into a wall going down or right so she'll turn around. There's no way to get her to go down before hitting the first wall, so after she bumps the bottom wall, she'll have 1 health left, which requires her to eat a cake before you send her running into a third wall to allow her to go left to the goal.
Yeah. I hope everyone has ate something, because you will regret it if you watch this one.
The later stages will force you to use all the mechanics you've learned, so keep a sharp eye out for when you need Koishi to run into a wall before placing a sign, as you will see here. Stage 5.
Yeah, let's go to bit. There's like 100
With
stages
this
total.
stage, pits are introduced. If Koishi walks off into a pit, there's no way for her to come back, so plan your moves well to avoid such casualties. Okay, you can talk, please.
Yes. we are talking. No worries. But
Yes.
yeah, if you have dinner or lunch, better be prepared for those, otherwise you may regret it later on. Because I spent a lot of space throughout the whole run. But yeah, I've never played Satori Komeiji's Mental Institute, but I'm glad to be able to watch along with Jack, or like a pretty chill run with a pretty chill leader.
I've never played it either. So, for stage 6, which was last stage, elevated ground comes into play, you'll have to hold up a sign for Koishi to be able to see it. In this stage, the terrain is placed very rudely, so it forces you to do a loop to get to the box. However, this is the first instance where you have to reuse an arrow sign, the down arrow at the end.
I didn't think you could recover from being crushed by anything.
Spring tutorial. Suddenly there are springs. When Koishi runs into one of these, she'll get the urge to jump on them, jumping 2 spaces forward. If she lands on something, that object will be destroyed so long as it isn't ground or another spring. You can also use springs to jump to higher ground, which will be needed to get Koishi to the right side of the stage. But first, you have to put the down arrow in place, as Satori can't jump on the spring from even ground. Springs have an interesting property of advancing tiles faster than just regular walking too, which is a little useful in speedrun.
Also, as for things being destroyed, that does include as well the present at the end, so you can literally destroy the way to, and you will have to reset if you are not careful enough.
Yeah. Sometimes the puzzle is just how fast you can remove objects to stop Koichi from jumping off cliffs like a dumb. While turning to throw an object off a cliff can be pretty simple, trying to be too fast can lead to just walking off a pit yourself. If all goes well, that didn't happen while I read the script. If it did, thank you for intentionally jumping off to demonstrate.
No problem. But Koichi does that very well during the tutorials, so we don't have to worry about this.
I wrote everything, okay?
Yeah, no worries. So now we're just trying to make sure that we get to the spring just in time before she jumps over. Okay. Bringing the safety by just not throwing the spring and just being crushed as well. So even though you use the spring, she does still use the spring alongside crushing it. Now we have the maze of horrors, so we have to figure out how we have to go out of our way to be able to clear the levels. So making sure that we get the down arrows in the right place. And if the arrow is facing the same way, Koichi will just destroy the sun as well and keep moving forward if the order is not contradictory.
Pretty much what I had written down, except in a lot less words.
It's okay. I know about improvisation, no worries.
It's okay. This is a case where the stage is large, only half of it is required for Koichi, while the other half is for Satori to move around in. Sometimes you just need to find a way to cut through the middle of your problems, and the springs are there for just that reason.
Yeah, I don't think you can use the springs from the ground. You have to actually go for it from higher grounds when you need it.
Mm-hmm. Stage 13 introduces a new tile to the mix just to keep you on your toes. This time it's stairs. Stairs allow you to get the high ground. This allows SAS to reach the cake to stop Koichi from dying while trying to break through walls. And she loves to run into walls. In the end, she still ends up limping to victory, but it's better than failing.
Yeah, as long as we don't have a fetish about winning, that's okay. Right. So pretty chill. It's like very easy. It's still kind of like the tutorial section overall, and just gimmick around a little more, but as time goes on, you get much more gimmicks to go through, and it's not like just 3 or 4, like a dozen gimmick tiles to have to figure out on how to go.
This stage shows that sometimes the straightforward path is not always the best. The obvious choice is to have Koichi go in a square, but trying to bring the arrows to the right place takes too much time, and Koichi will fall before you get to where you need to be. Turning her around minimizes the movement needed for dragging the arrows around.
No,
Go
so far
on.
they're good. I just think so far it's very good. Not too much issues.
Okay. Yeah. In each page of puzzles, you could skip 1 or 2 stages. For skipping stage 15 because it's slow and dumb. Like stage 14, stage 16 shows an obvious path. The difference for this one is that there's no up arrow to lead her properly. Getting the spring and the arrows in place is really tricky, or at least it would be if Koichi didn't move slower than a snail on a treadmill. The cakes being there also caused this stage to be a little slower due to Koichi's insatiable appetite for sweets. Each cake takes around 3 seconds to eat, and they are completely unnecessary here other than to give you time to walk around that speedrunners won't need.
I mean, it's still pretty tight for like a casual play from time to time when you have to figure out the pathway to go through.
That speedrunners won't need, I specified. Stage 17 brings something new to the table. Koichi going up the stairs. The important thing to do in this stage is to make sure all of your business on the outside is done before you go to the center, as you won't be able to get out. So positioning the arrow so that Koichi is heading directly towards the present, grabbing the spring and allowing her to jump the wall and access the sweet present.
Right, so we should be the page, like 3 more levels. Now we get water tiles, which is kind of the same thing as just the void tiles. You know, you fall in it and it's pretty much game over.
Yep. Water's thrown in the mix. How it works is you drink it to live, but in this game it's just a retextured pit, so avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, and it's also made to make all the sweet soggy, so not the best way to open present in those places
That's
as
also
well.
true, yeah. Really, they should have thought that through.
Another small bump in the wall, and we just get out of the way easily.
That was stage 19. A river separates the sisters, and a spring is needed to reunite them with the present of sweets. While Satori can't jump on a spring on even ground, if she falls onto a spring, it will bounce her the same as it does Koishi or other objects. The springs are placed specifically so Koishi is walking directly towards a tree, giving you enough time to spring over the water with the up arrow and guide Koishi to the present as she is coming back.
Thankfully we have a tree on the way, so we don't only need to bring the up arrow out there.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
Yeah, just very sad to see all that food going in the water.
Another character is introduced, Rin. She has the same AI as Koishi does. What makes this tricky is that now you have to guide both of them to the present. But that's not all. Both can't occupy the same side. So it'll be a game of finding the right spot for both of them next to the present. Rin also does a cute dance when she's waiting on Koishi at the box, so it's preferable to get Rin to the end first, but not necessary.
Yeah, any order is fine. And same as well, she also takes free hits and such, all the characteristics are the same for all characters.
Yeah.
Now for this first section, we need to be careful as to make sure we don't fall down before hitting the arrow down as well, and get the sprint just to that everyone gets around of the water.
And it's sad seeing Satori get crushed so much. Like,
I mean,
my third favorite character.
I mean, have you been into mental institute? That's how it works.
The first thing to note is that both Rin and Koishi need to cross water, but there's only one spring. Looking at the path they're taking, it's clear Koishi is going to need it sooner than Rin, so after putting that in place, you can place the up arrow behind Koishi to make her limp to the finish line. Rin will need some healing, so she gets the cake this time. Then it's just about moving the spring to Rin and getting her to limp to the end. The first order of business here is to place the left arrow at the end, so that Koishi will be able to access the present when the time is right. The next step is setting up the springs in the center so they don't fall to their death. With one spring remaining, you need it in two places at once. So to fix this, just make Koishi turn sooner by moving the right arrow and up arrow up once. This will allow Koishi to go use the spring one tile sooner than Rin, allowing you to move the spring into Rin's position in time.
Very smooth. Very smooth movements. No, nothing too difficult to plan.
Yeah.
Nothing too tight. Alright. Now you get, does he get dizzy? Which if you're too dizzy, then yeah, you also die off.
So, this is Strong Koishi. That's the category's name, and it basically implies that you are invincible to enemies using the third option in the menu. Make Koishi strong and try again. But your present will be empty at the end. Nearly empty. And strong Koishi is really good to have for commentary breaks, so
We got a few fruits, but nothing much. A few strawberries out there.
Let me start this stage off by saying bullying your pets to go fast is bad. With that out of the way, the first course you need to take is to get Koishi directed to the present ahead of time. After that, swiftly put the second spring in place below the present for Rin to jump on. Grab the up arrow and use the spring you placed to pounce right on top of Rin, shoving her face in the dirt. While it does deal 1 damage to Rin, it also gives Satori the time to move a space over and have Rin move up without having to bump into the right wall first, so it's a fair trade.
Finally getting revenge from being stomped on so much.
Stage 28 is a long and tedious stage filled with a lot of arrows, so we'll be skipping that one and using Strong Koishi to win 29 instead. Running into walls with Strong Koishi still loses health.
Alright.
More of the same.
Yep. You know, just at first time it's easy.
You got the tutorial coming up?
Power solves everything that's to do. Alright, so now introduced to the breakable floor. So now the puzzle will revolve around limited floor usage as well. Right.
Arrows will not trigger the blocks to fall, even if you take them off. It's just a nice short puzzle to get acquainted before getting into the overwhelming brain pain you'll have to endure later. Later is now, by the way. A general rule with cracked blocks is taking the outer path is safer, but it's also slower, so going on the inside will be seen more during stages like this. Luckily, this puzzle is just overwhelming to look at, not to solve, as it only takes 2 arrows to direct Koishi to the present, though the right arrow is used twice.
You just have to create the whole confusion of how to solve.
Yeah, it's just brain overload.
Alright, Sikitama do the usual.
Yeah, I get to contemplate what I'm doing with my life during these segments.
Why am I not this strong to fight off these furry balls?
So this one has cracked blocks, but with both characters. Getting Koishi to the end is as easy as using the left arrow. Rin has a different trick. By stepping on the cracked block she was just occupying, you can delay the fall, allowing you to walk over and get the arrow with ease, while also taking it back using the same method.
Yeah, as long as the character is fully off, not fully off the tile, you can just go through easily. And of course, only Koishi gets the strong treatment, so...
No, she doesn't.
We still need the arrow for Rin to pass through.
Oh, yeah, I thought... Well, I mean, Rin was still getting hit is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just misheard. 2 hours of sleep, by the way.
Yeah, I got 6 servers, so I got that a bit better. Tonight will be a bit different though.
More of the same strong Koishi. It's hard to come up with commentary for all these stages, so I'll just ask to see some applause in the chat for SAS. Even watching this melts my brain, so he deserves it.
Yeah. So kudos to SAS for joining us this year as well. So it's a bit difficult for Japanese player to join marathons from outer Japan. Yeah. So it's good that we got others and the SAS to join us along as an LBC as well over on the Toho side. We also had a lot of trouble with how to deal with commentary because I had some schedule changes and so we got like DEFCON 4 plan for just who will do the commentary and such, and we got like a whole misinterpretation of how we understood things on the commentary side as well, but thankfully everything went well in the end.
I was booked 2 weeks in advance. I was a bit of a time crunch.
Yeah.
Next stage is hardest stage in speedrun. Let's go.
Is it final stage of page 2?
Sure is.
That is why.
So, it's been mentioned that the same way arrows are headbutted, and the stage that needs to be used to her advantage to stall a little bit while arrows are tossed out of the path. Koichi headbutting an extra sign placed in front of her stalls her for a tile, displacing the symmetry. Rin and Koichi will walk in.
Okay,
Well,
safe.
that was scary.
Safe. Oh, but it's... Ah, now the scary stage is over. Also change of music as well.
Yeah, also, we start with page 42, so we miss... Or, we start with stage 42, so we missed that Utsuho is now added to the group of characters.
Yes.
As with Rin being added, all three will have to make it to the present, while on different sides, adding a new layer to the mix of already complicated setups.
Yeah, but Utsuho has no rights to have a presentation like the rest Saturday. But we'll see later on. She will get one. I think. I was practicing when SAS was doing his run as well, so I didn't get to catch too much. The rest of the others as well, so that's another issue.
Yeah. If you look up Arrow Hell, you probably won't find this, but it's a really good fit. At the start, they're all stuck in their own little arrow loops. All of them are up and down arrows with the exception of 2, which are in front of both Koichi and Rin. The important thing about this stage is the minor optimizations to make sure they're able to get to the present swiftly after each other. If getting them all there at the same time is impossible, and the right arrow... That was not the same sentence. And the right arrow will be needed for all 3 of them. Dang, I mistook a comma for a period. It's tragic.
Alright, so now the only immediate danger is for Foden. The only one that has immediate danger to be in the hole. And we also need to make sure that she doesn't get bumped another time switch. Now she gets to use the 2 bumps, but thankfully we are there in time.
Even if the pets start limping, it's all in the name of progress.
Alright, now Utsuho has a small introduction. So yeah, ice blocks, we know the deal.
Yeah. If the
Nice.
character steps on ice, they will only move that direction until they run into something, or touch regular ground again. This is mostly a Satori problem, as friend characters do that anyways.
As we just see, she can just slide in a cool way and also catch the arrow.
She can pick things up while sliding.
Look at this stylish movement.
Dang, I can't believe they ran into each other. How clumsy.
Yeah, at least they don't destroy each other like they do with Satori, which proves that Satori sadly has to deal with very strong foes against her. It must be hard at home dealing with everyone.
I just like all these Rin dances in chat.
Yeah. And I hope Satori has some insurance money for like life insurance at the very least, just to pay off everything she has to suffer through.
Oh. No, it's okay. She won't die, I believe.
At least to pay the bills for the hospital.
That's fair. In cases where Koishi isn't walking in the direction you're sliding from, it's like you run into a solid block. She stops you and you can slide whichever way you want. Not much else to say about this stage, it's just pretty chill.
Just need to lead the way through to the present with ease. I'm kind of suspicious about that water's color though. Oh yeah, nothing often we get correct ice.
Yeah.
No, I was saying that the water was looking a bit more green compared to the earlier stages, so I'm kind of suspicious of why is it like this. Because that makes things, the fate of those sweets a lot more strategic. No, there's really no recoverability for them.
Cats aren't even allowed to have chocolate. This game is a lie. The stage utilizes both types of ice blocks. The solution isn't too complex. At the end, it's possible to pick up the up arrow while sliding and bring it around before Koishi passes, but doing so will miss out on speed up, so waiting to be stopped by Koishi is optimal.
Yeah, since the block also disappears afterwards. It's gonna require to be stopping there.
I mentioned earlier how springs advance tiles faster than walking, and this is a good example. Having Rin and Koishi jump on the springs makes them one tile further than Utsuho. Using this, you can direct Koishi towards a wall and then quickly move the arrow in front of Utsuho just in time. Switch time.
Yeah, so only 2 colors, but I think it goes up to 4 at one point. Each switch will just light with its own colors. Also need a bit of cooperation now with the characters, since everyone can also use them. One of the stage later on with 4 colors is very tricky to do with quickly.
Yeah. The glaring issue in this stage is that after Koishi gets to the red switch, she's going to fall off the map. To avoid this, Satori needs to get over to the green switch, so Koishi smashes her face into the green pillars, using the elevated red pillars when Koishi steps on the switch. This allows Satori to fall onto the spring from high up. The first half of this puzzle isn't anything too fancy, but when Koishi gets to the blue switch, if you're fast enough, you can place the left arrow in front of Koishi before she bonks and save a few seconds.
This seems like it will not be the case. We take the safe way. At least it doesn't change too much, at least for the speed, since only the second hit will make her go slower. I'm glad that your brain is very functioning in a wake for now, Jack.
I don't know that it is.
We got a slight misstep, but we should
Oh,
be okay.
no.
Oh no, yeah.
No.
If you do a miss on a tile, you will not be able to go through all the cycles since you need to go through everything before the end.
Yeah, the stage is actually pretty tricky. If Koishi is elevated and falls onto a sign, the sign will be destroyed.
Yeah.
If Koishi is going across two pillars of the same color, it's best to take the outer path. This will save the faster paths for when the single pillars are up.
Yeah, I think it's required anyway to go through the less longer path. Or at least you have walls to just have you back up.
Yeah.
Now this is the stage that you have to make sure you know the colors very well. You don't want to be colorblind. So you need to make sure you know your timing very well because sometimes just one tile away for this. And also, yeah, at the end, Rain can just die off very easily. But yeah, that other stage was it's kind of tricky to get without any resets.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this. Okay, now we go back from beyond. Okay. So everything's safe, we just need the arrow for Rain and everything is clear now. No worries at all. We know the game very well, as we have clearly played it.
Yeah.
As stated earlier.
Early. I've definitely played it at least once in my life.
Now since Rain is destroying the path, she has to go around the way to be able to clear.
Yeah, gotta reroute Rin. Gotta replace the spring so Utsuho doesn't jump into a pit. And then Koishi, she exists.
Yeah.
She just turns around, it's fine.
At least everyone is very nice, you know. No one is opening before everyone is coming nearby.
That's
Although-
true.
Although, oh yeah, so we have the stronger herbals, Arcanemas. And yeah, but of course we are nice to each other, but not to Satori.
Yeah.
Because Satori has no rights to be never present anyway. Now using Storm Koshi again to make sure that that first hit does not get to death. Otherwise, you would have to go through each of the fairies and make sure that she doesn't take damage. Also, new music. More indents around.
Yeah, it's terrible. But strong Koishi. It's nice to have a break.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No way of follow-up.
I like to call it the Stalker Fairy.
This is arguably accurate.
The Stalker Fairy won't return to its original position, unlike the Charging Fairy. It'll stay where it saw you before it started moving. The stage leaves Koishi at 1 health, so you'll have to lead the fairy away. I mean, or strong Koishi, but like, yeah, that's not the point.
Yeah, he's not strong Koshi there, but yeah. Right. I can at least destroy a few of them very easily. We can destroy a few fairies with the spring. Also,
It's mass murder, it's kind of a sad stage.
yeah. Also, the fairies needs to be looking towards the character to be going towards them.
That yeah. Probably important.
Alright. Now we have a poisonous mushroom. So we just reverse back play. But if you eat a cake, you just go back to normal state.
Yeah. Eating a cake, bumping into a wall. Both of these will remove the shroom. The goal of this stage is to lead Koichi in a loop using mushrooms and cake. However, that's slow, so instead we choose to fall on a spring, curb stomp Koichi into the dirt, move the sign, and then jump in the water with a spring. It's a success.
Perfect plan. So far I think we only got one that is at overload. So pretty good pace.
Yeah. This is a small stage with very little to it, but it still has an order to follow. Having to deal with 2 characters is easier than 3, so sending Utsuho to the present immediately makes things better. Koichi and Rin are walking in symmetry, but Rin has to eat a mushroom to get to the present, so Koichi will be ahead. Then there's not much room for error to lead Rin to the present. Nothing on the warp point. Okay. Okay. Warp zones! Something going on one will send it to the other. In the case of friend characters, they'll be walking in the same direction from how they entered the first one.
Easiest stage in the world.
Warps are only active if they either haven't been stepped on yet, or if the original object that warped from point A to point B has stepped off of it. Staying on the second warp prevents the warp from being active again. But now the warps are color-coded, so you know which leads where. The only object on the map, being a spring, shows exactly what needs to be done. Koichi is to avoid the warps after the red one at the start.
Barely on time to just finish off this one. I thought for like a second that the cake warped on another warp.
As was hinted before, objects like springs or arrow signs can be warped if thrown onto one. This is useful when you don't have the time to place it, or if you want a warp point to be inactive. There are too many warps here. You take this one.
Yeah, you know, we just need to lead the others and just block out the way. That's easy.
Okay, good.
You just need to warp once and you block the other and that's over. Easy.
Easy. Easiest commentary in the world.
Yeah. Not improvised at all, of course.
This stage consists of utilizing pillars, mushrooms, warps, and warp blocking to get through. Getting the mushroom and the spring is the top priority as you only have one chance. The spring is to be used to get Koichi to the present as well as to block her from entering the red warp by warping the left arrow on the other side. The mushroom is to turn Koichi back around using the down arrow and lead her to the present. Then all it takes is removing the left arrow and warping it back as Koichi bonks. Koichi bonking also removes the mushroom effect. Dang it, I had that written down and I said it earlier. I'm so bad at this.
It's okay. 2 hours sleep. There's a justification for all of this.
It's not good enough. I expect perfection from myself.
Yeah, so that's a violent outburst. Just doing the one miss.
I don't like this stage so much. very hard. Oh no, okay.
Alright. Now this is good.
Yeah, all that's
Okay.
important in that stage is blocking off the last one so you can take the spring.
Yeah.
See, exactly. Volsk knows how it is.
Alright. Sonic Koishi back.
Yep, strong Koichi truly is a game changer.
Easy stage.
Yeah, easy.
Stage 77 looks tricky, but half of the pieces to the puzzle are a ruse. Koichi can easily be guided to the present using the arrows. Utsuho eats a shroom and then runs into a tree. Rin, however, requires a combination of regular and reverse to reach her side of the present.
Yeah, we just use the top arrow just to make sure after that mushroom we go down towards the present.
It's not too bad. And that was the last stage of... No, that was 77, okay. Strong Koichi, again.
Yeah, Sonic Koishi, we kinda need to at least move around.
Yeah, at least have to do something. Sometimes.
Oh, she's confused too, no, also not find anything inside. I just noticed the integration mark. And now we still have another stage to do this.
Mm-hmm. And we skipped 79. Koichi isn't too bad to get to the present, but getting Rin to the present takes a bit more effort. But using the same combination of warp tricks, she gets to the center spot. Here, Satori places the arrow sign on the right of the blue warp and steps into the warp to deactivate it. After Rin notices the sign and turns left, Satori then steps off of the warp so that it's active again, warping Rin exactly where she needs to be.
Alright. No. No, I think that mental education state has some questionable life lessons.
No, it's fine, trust me.
You know, as if Strong Koishi needed this as well. Now we have to make sure that the bombs does not destroy the present or any valuable items for the puzzle resolution. And there are a few tough spots, as you can see there. Here we actually need to destroy all the rocks at once. But it's okay, it's still only one hit for everyone, so no issues at all.
Yeah, surely. The goal of this stage should be pretty obvious. Whether Satori lives or not, removing the bombs from cardinal directions of the present is what's needed, because the explosion radius for these bombs is adjacent tiles in cardinal directions.
Yeah, we have plenty of reliable Satori teachers around to finish off the game, so there is no need. And also, life insurance is so important, you know? I did say it.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? You win
Alright.
this round.
Out of 50, maybe? So now the how do you call this again?
Chili pepper.
Chili pepper? Okay. This takes priority of everything, so we have to make sure Koishi gets damaged to make sure she doesn't destroy the present while running into it.
But she will get stopped if she hits a wall, is stepped on, or gets blown up.
Hot Koishi near lava terrain, yeah. It is very true.
And what stage is this? 86. Okay,
86,
yeah. This stage is all about carving a path through the rocks. All of the items will be used here. Using the spring, 2 rocks are blown up with 1 bomb. There's one thing I didn't mention about the chili pepper. If it's eaten and there's a small rock in the way, the rock will be destroyed.
And you also recover a bit of HP since we went down to one earlier.
Yeah. As a food item, it does restore health. This stage is a bit of a breather. What's important is the order you throw the items into the blue warp. The mushroom has a property when interacting with bombs, in that it blows the bomb up instantly instead of sliding it. And red bombs are now in trend. The blast radius for them is infinite in all cardinal directions, until the blast hits something. 3 fairies with each bomb is the key. Koshi could take the last one.
Yeah. No need for strong Koishi, it will be too slow this time. Now you just get strong bombs.
Yeah, the bonking would make it slower anyways.
Alright, now we have to be very quick about this, just to make sure that the person doesn't get destroyed. And yeah, there is a sneaky bomb from behind as
Yeah,
well.
the cheeky red bomb at the top.
I don't think there's a way to move the, rotate the board to see everything, right? You only have this one vision,
I think it's just this camera angle.
Yeah, there are some other games using this vision that do have rotation availability as well.
Yeah. Isometric camera.
Alright, just destroying everything with the bombs as per usual. They keep picking one around to make sure that we destroy the last truck.
And now it's the complete opposite, where you don't want her to touch any of the bombs. There's no stopping the chain reaction on this one if she touches something.
Oh no. No one is safe. I mean, maybe Koshi is safe, because she can still take quickly through the bombs.
Yeah, but she'll have to bump into a wall with no one to guide her afterwards.
Now we have to do a pretty specific pattern of bombs to make sure that we destroy the rock behind Koshi. And timing is pretty tight, but once it is figured out, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah. It's not particularly challenging, but really cool to look at the chain explosion at the end.
Yeah. We also want to make sure that we don't use that other bomb. Like, I think they do 2 damage, so if that bomb was behind, just to reset the rock, Koichi would have been defeated and the puzzle would be over.
Yeah, I think so. A chili pepper run where you time a bomb at the end to stop Koichi from destroying the present. Or in this case, instead of timing a bomb, what you can instead do is jump on her head as close as the... I can't speak!
Yes. We killed it. We one-shot the puzzle. That's good.
Yeah, we did it. Good job.
Yeah, so it is all cardinal inputs. Most of the games that play like this use allows to have like 2 different controller schemes for moving around. So it's usually like a rotation on which shadow goes to the left, which way you want to, which shadow you want to use to go to the left or top. So usually these games will be like 2 kind of patterns for this.
Yeah. I also like Satori. She is 3rd best Toho.
You to be part of a ping gang with Mistia.
Misty is alright.
It's a Bob, but he's more than alright.
You know what? That's true. But she's no pigeon.
Aw, that's cute.
No.
Oh,
Okay, safe.
okay, that was...
Who's who is number one?
I hear some hesitation about a bird, Mr. Jack.
No hesitation. Pistia is alright. Birds are okay. But also, I may not have heard what was said, so, it could be anything.
SAS was mentioning Goku.
Oh,
And you said, just a little.
Yeah, she exists. She's got nuclear power. She's
Final story, let's go.
a raven. She
Oh, yeah.
exists. That's all.
Alright, so we actually have a boss, surprisingly enough, so... Now the only thing that stands in the way of Koichi is Byakuren just texting around with the air scroll closed around. So once this level is cleared, this will be time. And so far very good.
3, 2, 1,
Time.
time.
おめでと
ありがとう。Thanks so much.
う. Yeah, so...
Thanks for streaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're able to clear, I think all the levels without storing Koichi, you get access to another set of 20 levels afterwards to get the true 100% clear.
Correct.
Thank you very much for the run.
Yeah.
Y'all have any closing words?
Yes, my personal best is 49 minutes. So this is very good for... Yes, very good run.
That's very good.
I'm concentrate for run. Thanks, Jackson and Pigeon. Yes, thanks for commentary. And yes, I hope you enjoyed yesterday to Brewing Chaos 2 and today's Satori Komeiji's mental education. This was my first time joining a Fangame Marathon, and it was a lot of fun. It was honor to join. Yeah. I hope everyone is still enjoying the Fangame Marathon. Thank you very much. And Satori Komeiji's mental education and Tofu Brewing Chaos is very good. I love this game. Yes. Thanks so much for watching and thanks for everything.
Thanks for having
Very
us.
much. Really glad to hear you were having fun.
Yeah. Also, if you want to watch some good Kuso game, you should also check out the SAS. He knows those games very well. Like Enchant the One Power of Darksat, which I believe will get a fan translation very soon, and also Not Treasure Hunter. That's also a good one.
Thanks, Pigeon.
Definitely check out the SAS. The fastest commentator in the Toho.
Yeah, I like awful game and Toho secondary. Thanks so much for everything. Yes, next is Pigeon's turn. Yes, Pigeon's
Yeah, Pigeon.
roguelike Maven game. Tay game.
Yeah,
Yes.
but first, I would like to apologize for the slop at the end. My brain just kind of does.
You can get your 30 extra minutes sleep now.
That's. I don't know if I can even get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
Again, I hope everyone is still enjoying the Fangame Marathon. Thanks so much. Bye bye.